Caleb, probably the worst mistake I've ever seen a local council commit. Tell us about it.
Well, this is it. You were just told you're going to see the best thing you've seen today, or one of the best things you've seen today. We're going to bring you one of the worst things you've seen today. Last night, I gave you reasons 4,552 and 53 why local councils should be abolished. Well, here's reason 4,554. Over in Adelaide, in Mount Barker, which is a growing town in the Adelaide Hills, there have been lots of developments going on, lots of people moving up there. So, of course, they need a big new arterial road to go through the middle of these developments. You're looking at it there. It's a road to nowhere. It has been cut in half by a railway line. Now, the local council, Mount Barker Council, says, we don't have the money to join up either end of this road. We don't have the money to turn it into a level crossing. We've got to go to the state government because it's on state government land. State government says, well, it's actually the job of the developer to do something about it. No one knows what is actually going on. There's reports now that children trying to get to school are being dropped by their parents on one side of the rail line. The kids are then climbing over the fence, getting to the other side of the rail line and being picked up by their friends' parents so they can go to school. Who knew it would be so hard to build a road? I mean, we told you last night about Lane Cove Council in Sydney, which they want to have car-free days. Well, down in South Australia, they're actually doing it. They're just cutting the roads in half so you can't drive on them. But I've got to say, these kids who are climbing over fences to get to school, I've got a much better idea. Take a look at this. Just put in a ramp and get over it. We at the Lake Debate are willing to donate $1,000 so they can build a ramp so they can get over this bloody train line because the council can't go in there and build them a level crossing. I mean, once again, the bureaucracy is just utterly ridiculous.
You'd think you would have sorted this over before you started the road. There's this thing called town planning, right?
No.
And councils employ these town planners to ensure that things like this don't happen. So what is this council doing? Were they cost cutting? What is going on?
That unfinished road resembles the federal government's renewable energy policy. It kind of makes sense, but not really.
Until you try to put it into practice and then you're like, oh, yeah, there's bits missing.
What about property values, though? I mean, you know, these people would have bought their properties believing that they'd be
going to have a road
outside of the suburb, and now they've got to play dice with, you know, a train.
But this is meant to be the main arterial road through the town, right? So you can get from one side of town to the other, so you can go down the freeway into the CBD of Adelaide. Instead, they go, no, it's too difficult. We can't build a road. There's a train line there, as though a level crossing has never been built in this country before. Like, if we can't get different levels of government to knock their heads together and go, OK, how much money can it seriously cost to lay down a bit of bloody bitumen with a bit of train line through it and put in some boom gates?
You know what I love? You know those people who they use their GPS, right? Because they're trying to get somewhere and they're just following their GPS. Someone's just going to go straight over that thing because, well, the GPS said there was a road.
Honestly, the comedy writes itself these days.